Welcome to Biz Chicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Biz Chicks TV. We're here talking to the Tech Divas. It's Tech Life Weekly. Woo! I'm in the house with my friends from Florida and California. I've got, oh my goodness, we got Dr. Tachi all the way from Florida, and we have Francine all the way from Sacramento, California. I'm Carolina, and we are the Biz Chicks. So get ready. We're going to be talking tech and easy to understand terms. Don't be scared. We're going there right now with This Week in Tech History with Francine. Fran, what you got for us today?
I don't know what's in your water, Terry. Okay. I was like, okay.
We got some energy this morning.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Good. All right. So we're going to be doing This Week in Tech History. Dr. Thomas Mensah is a Ghanaian. Ghanaian? He's from Ghana.
Ghanaian.
Thank you. Ghanaian American inventor and engineer known for major advances in fiber optics. Black Past credits him with pioneering work that improved the speed and capacity of high-speed communications systems. And this matters because modern internet and telecom infrastructure depends on the kind of optical transmission breakthroughs he helped move forward.
All right. I love that. I had no idea. I love it when you come up with things that I am not familiar with.
Well, we need to know history.
Yeah, educate us, Fran.
Yes. I like history. I've always liked history. And I like history that includes all of us.
There you go.
Okay. March 16th, 1926. Let's see. March 16th, 1926, the launch of the first liquid-fueled rocket. I'm like, oh, okay. And March 16th, 1995 was the start of the first wiki. I'm not going to even try to explain what wiki is.
Okay.
It's got, like Wikipedia where, you know what? Let's just ask our digital assistant, what is a wiki? Do you understand? You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, because we don't want to leave people just hanging. And I can just do it down here. What is wiki? Because we hear terms sometimes, we're going like, whatever. Wiki is a website or shared workspace where people can create, edit, and organize information together.
This is why I never like for my students to use Wikipedia, because I always tell them Wikipedia is a shared site. It can be changed.
Anybody can edit.
Yes, anybody can edit.
Or rewrite history.
There you go. So think of it like a living notebook or digital handbook that can be updated easily. Common uses: team knowledge base, instructions and procedures, project documentation, shared notes, FAQs. The best known example is Wikipedia, but a wiki can also be private for business, church, school, or team.
All righty.
It's a system for capturing what people know so other people can find and use it. So if that information was flawed from the beginning, it will be flawed.
That part.
Right. And I agree with Dr. Taji. Don't base your research on Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now that I got that done, I don't like not knowing a term.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. And March 16th, 1999 was the release of Mac OS 10 Server 1.0. Yeah, this did not do what I wanted it to do. March 17th, 1958, Vanguard won and Apple versus Microsoft. On March 17th, in 1958, Vanguard 1 launched and became the first solar-powered satellite. And on that same date in 1988, Apple sued Microsoft over Windows interface design. March 18th, 1974, Grand Track 10 changes arcade gaming. This was an Atari's Grand Track 10. I don't remember playing that. It was calling it an arcade game of many firsts, including the first to use ROM, stored sprites, and more advanced driving controls. It marked an important step in video game design, becoming more recognizable and immersive. March 19th, 1986, IBM.com and Sun.com go live.
Wow.
That date, they both came online, making them among the oldest domains still recognized in internet history. I wonder if it's still out there today. March 20th, 2005, Yahoo acquires Flickr. Anybody remember Flickr?
I do. Early 2000 stuff.
Right, yeah, where you can put your pictures up, and this is before Google allowed you to put pictures on, and before you had iCloud and all of that. How many pictures do people have?
Lots, because people take pictures of everything.
Right, and just random pictures, and you take pictures for screenshots of stuff, and just. Okay, let's do another fun fact. What is the average? Who just talked this in, huh? Stop typing and talk. What is the average amount of photos stored online? Let's see. Now that we have a thinking partner. Average photos stored online per person. Now, we making this thing think. It's like, oh my God. There's no official, but I think it's more than that. About 1,500 to 2,500 photos per internet user worldwide.
Well, some phones don't take pictures. I know that sounds crazy, or people don't have an interest. They're just using their phone to actually just call people.
Yes.
What? So between 15 to 2,500 per internet user worldwide. And I guess it depends on how I ask the question too. Just because I have 10,000 photos on my phone.
Likewise. Doesn't mean everybody does.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're asking globally, think roughly 15 to 2,500. If you're asking for an average active it is often active smartphone cloud user is often much higher. I can break this down per person, per smartphone user, or per Google Photos, iPhone user. Okay, I didn't want to be that deep with it, but a lot of pictures is what people have. And Flickr was a way to, it was a place to store your pictures, really.
It was.
And call them back up. So on March 20th, 2005, Yahoo actually acquired Flickr. Okay, who else did they acquire? Because some people, who acquired Yahoo? Somebody acquired Yahoo, and I was like, why?
You're right.
Because you know, people buy stuff, and you're like, why are you buying that? And pay millions or billions for it, and don't use it.
You know, well, here's the thing. Yeah, people or companies will sometimes buy other companies, platforms, apps to kill them.
To kill the competition?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Well, that could be that then, because I was like, wow.
Okay, so here's an AI overview. Apollo Global Management acquired Yahoo in September 2021
Yes.
for roughly $5 billion, operating it as a standalone company. Before this, Verizon Communications had purchased Yahoo's operating business in 2017 for $4.48 billion, merging it with AOL to form a subsidiary named Oath, later renamed Verizon Media.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, that is the stupidest name. Remember, we had talked about that?
But that's about it.
I was like, why is Verizon buying Yahoo? Well, they made $1 billion selling it, because they bought it for $4 billion, sold it for $5 billion. Okay, that might have been a good deal. Anyway, so let's talk about some emerging tools. Well, no, I'm not going to do emerging tools for small business, because they haven't changed. AI is in everything. Just that is that.
Know that, right?
Right. So tech making history this week. NVIDIA made inference the center of the AI conversation at GTC. NVIDIA said its AI chip revenue opportunity could top $1 trillion by 2027 and introduce new systems tied to inference and autonomous AI agents. The conversation is shifting from training models to running them at scale in real world use. Now, last week, you all brought out the fact that they were talking about putting the data centers in space. Is that correct?
Yes, the 87,000 satellites are going to be launched. And I don't know if those are going to be, what do you call those things? Drones? Or what they were. Was it drones? But they're going to be launched. I think they will actually launched.
So the Oracle signaled the data center build out is still accelerating. Reuters reported that Oracle expects the AI-driven data center boom to support revenue growth through at least 2027. So I was watching Stephen Bartlett on Diary of a CEO, and he had on a gentleman that was talking about the problem is that the data centers that everybody's putting money into, it has to be updated every 3 to 5 years.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. So 2027 is just 2 years. No, a year from now?
Yes.
So you're spending all that money. So you're spending all that money for short term. I mean, billions for short term. And so that was in that conversation, they were talking about that needs to be fixed, because you're dumping a lot of money in for a project that's 3 to 5 years.
Yes.
So when I saw 2027, okay, that's next year, dude. That ain't. Okay. Yes. So Reuters reported on March 19th that Google is expanding utility agreements to reduce data center power during peak demand. So they're going to shut us down and like.
Yeah, you can't have access. You have to be up at midnight trying to use it.
That matters because AI is no longer a software story, it's a power story, infrastructure, and operations story. And it's okay, they didn't. Well, I'm sure somebody probably thought of it. These are the type of things that happened back when the automobile first came online. Okay, so now you got to pave some roads or have a place for them to drive because it was you know what I mean? Horses in England, or not in England, I'm going to say in Europe, the roads are so narrow because they were never meant for cars.
Yes, exactly.
And so now infrastructure has to be built for the new thing coming online. This is what's happening with AI. They're trying to figure out, okay, so now how are we going to get this from point A to point B? And
so like now that we got these cars, do we have enough things pumping gasoline, and where are the stations and da 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 da?
All of that the infrastructure has to be built.
And that's what made Tesla so genius. They built the infrastructure with the car, the charging stations. They had free charging stations and convenient places like malls and da 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 da. Then they built them to go in your personal space, like your garages, etc. And then they mapped it out on the internet so you could find the place if you wanted to travel, that kind of thing. So that's what made it. That was the genius of it.
Right. And they built the infrastructure to knowing that people, okay, how you going to sell a car and you can't charge it?
Okay. Or you can't leave town because you don't know where the charger is.
Okay, can I go to, the next city over? I don't know, because they don't have.
Can we go to grandma's house for Thanksgiving dinner? I don't know, because we might not be able to get back.
Yeah. So, and this is happening. So I have a Tesla, so I understand that I have charging stations. I can look on the map, I can look on my phone and tell me where the charging station is and whether or not they're working. There are other charging stations that did not put the same level of care into it. So I before I got the Tesla, I tried a Nissan Leaf, and it didn't get very many miles to the charge, right? So like 80, and you can dart around town.
Oh, that sounds.
And so I went to one of the charging stations, like, oh, there's there's a charging station over here. It wasn't a Tesla, it was something else. And you walk up and it was raining and it was not working.
That's true, because the Tesla was in a covered space, the charging area.
But it wasn't that, Terry. I need to get back home. And then you have a few miles on the car, and I'm like, can I get back to the house? But the charging station, all of that to say it was not reliable, the charging spot. And they wanted to charge you for it. And if you're having a problem, call this 800 number.
Seriously?
I was like, okay, y'all need to fix this right here. And I wanted to drive electric, but I need more reliability. Don't have me out in the middle of nowhere. I can't get back. But that's all changing because they're now beginning to standardize the stations. Tesla has opened up their charging to other manufacturers have adapted their charging so that it will run on Tesla's network. Which I thought, well, okay, so somebody decided to play nice together.
Evidently.
Well, and I think it should be anyway. Next up, consumer tech this week. Amazon may be planning a return to smartphones. Did y'all know they ever have one?
I don't recall them having a smartphone. They have their own brand. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So Reuters reported today that Amazon is working on a new smartphone project codenamed Transformer, more than a decade after the Fire phone failed.
Mm.
The reported direction is a deeper Alexis integration and a more AI centered experience. Whether it ships or not, the signal is important. Major companies still believe AI could reset the phone market.
Okay.
Okay. Am I buying a phone from?
I,
Uh,
I'm not feeling it. But anyway, where do I take it when I want to fix it? Do I just return it because I got a return policy that allows me to return everything? I don't know.
it's not like, okay, so we have the major phone. Well, okay, so I guess, I mean, I guess you can buy an Amazon phone at Verizon or somewhere, or
Sure.
or wherever. Okay, I'm not sure. Any of y'all getting an Amazon phone?
I hadn't planned on it.
No,
I don't see it in my future, but go ahead.
My gosh. Apple is gaining share in a difficult phone market. Again, Reuters reported on March 19th that Apple smartphone sales in China rose 23% in the first 9 weeks of 2026, even as the broader market declined. Reuters tied that to discount subsidies. Yes,
Oh.
subsidies to discounts, subsidies, and Apple's ability to absorb rising memory costs better than some Android rivals. That makes this consumer. It's about much as it makes the story about pricing power as much as product demand. Repairability is becoming a part of the consumer tech conversation. Um, and it is reported that Apple's new MacBook Neo was rated by iFixit as Apple's most repairable laptop in more than a decade. And this matters because buyers are paying more attention to lifespan, serviceability, and total value, not just specs and brand. You know what I mean? You can take it someplace and get it fixed instead of
Yeah.
having to buy a whole brand new system.
Mm-hmm.
And gaming hardware momentum is still being watched. It has been reported that Nintendo Switch 2, um, its momentum got a lift from a stealth Pokemon hit. Even as investors had been worried about demand and memory costs, that remains relevant because gaming hardware is still one of the clearest consumer tech categories where software demand can shift hardware sentiment. Okay, so the market is still circling the same question: who will turn AI into a device people actually want to use every day? So they're trying, everybody's trying to put AI into everything, but will
Yes.
you use it? And there's some companies who have made it very usable.
Mm-hmm. User friendly.
Yeah, because okay, so when we're talking about that, the code, the developers and the coders, they're all happy campers because they know how to code and talk to it and whatever, right? But when they made AI for the rest of us, they didn't give us a manual.
Mm-mm. They did not.
And so many people may not dive into the whole AI thing because, well, what do I do with it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not sure of what to do with it, but there's a couple of companies who ChatGPT, um, and Claude and Perplexity, where you're talking, using it for more than search, and that is the entry level. There's more that can be done, but I think most people are going to be in the entry level using it to ask questions. How do I, because you saw the commercials, how do I fix this? What's step number 3? And all of that. People are using it on that level and may not go any deeper than that. and still call on coders and developers for in-depth help. That's your week in tech history.
Fantastic.
Quite a bit, Fran.
Yeah, I gotta find these.
Yeah. So I was going to talk about something, but I think I'm going to talk about this, Fran, so that we can pass the baton to Dr. Tachi and TJ. I want to talk about this iCloud, a business based in Redmond, Washington State, which is a firm believer in orbiting data centers, has filed an application with the FCC. On March 13th, the FCC accepted the scheme. In essence, the application seeks to launch 88,000 orbiting satellites with an eye on expected growth of AI. StarCloud is designing a satellite system to accommodate the explosive growth of data center demands driven by AI, which is already encountering severe roadblocks in efforts to scale on the ground. So the company stated in its FCC filing. So, saying, these data centers are sucking up all the juice. People's bills are going up. They got this humming going on all night long. And so let us launch these 88 satellites. It talks of various orbiting heights between 600 and 850 kilometers and will be in sun synchronous orbits, thus benefiting from near continuous power from the sun. So StarCloud, which counts NVIDIA as an investor, because NVIDIA's trying to solve this problem, Fran, you just said so, right? Has launched just one satellite so far, a Lumen Orbit craft, which was carried into orbit on SpaceX. We love SpaceX. Rideshare rocket back in November 2025 and had its heart in NVIDIA H100 chipset. Its next satellite, StarCloud 2, is scheduled to launch in 2027. So does this mean, no, I'm just ask this. What do you guys think about 88,000 satellites circling the globe?
How many?
88,000 for starters. That's just one company.
It's gonna get a little crowded
up there. Then we got taxis down here, flying around, and then we're gonna have commercial airlines, and then we got cargo airlines, and we got okay. So I'm just asking you, what do y'all think? Would you want this in your flying around over you at day and night?
Well, there's stuff up there now flying around
that's stupid. Is it 88,000 of them at the same time?
Because there are satellites.
We don't know. And we're not always. We have seen space junk fall when the systems fail. So I don't know. I'm not a fan, but
it seems I'm sorry.
also not a fan of having a data center in my backyard that's humming all night. First, I can't sell my property. It's not like I can move because people coming to see the property can hear this humming.
No, that's the thing. What I don't that's with the data centers. There's very little input generally from the neighborhoods when these things go up.
They aren't usually even informed.
No, all of a sudden you just see, and then you have to think, well, what is that doing environmentally? Obviously, these data centers take an awful lot of cooling, and so that's water. Unless they're in some place like north of Iceland or something like that.
Exactly.
They take an awful lot of cooling, which means water. these companies often are not environmentally responsible when it comes to the dumping of wastewater. It's only when they get caught. So, but as to the flying, is it actually in space or is it actually hovering in our atmosphere?
Well, I don't know what they mean by, they talked about the height. And since I'm not familiar with this particular, it says 600 to 850 kms. That is how high is the height, the orbiting height. What is that? Somebody put that in ChatGPT and tell me, what is that in miles or whatever? 'Cause I'm not-
Okay, satellites.
orbiting height, 600 to 850 kms is equivalent to how high in miles?
850 kms.
850.
Above the earth.
How high is that in miles? Because that's what I relate to.
Yeah, because we didn't do the whole metric math. 528.17 miles. So the satellite would be roughly 528 miles above Earth.
What, you good with that, Dr. Tachi?
I guess. Well, it's considered to be space. So it's not like within our atmosphere per se. But no, why do we keep particularly is the purpose of having all of them?
So that they can handle AI.
Well, and it's not, hopefully that's not just going to be AI. Okay, so the data storage, you said something about needing the need to be cooled. We have a lot of unused areas where where it's where snow and stuff is that we're not using.
You mean like the Arctic caps and things that are slowly melting at an
No, not
the Arctic. She's talking about the mountains, like mountain itself.
Oh, okay.
We got places all over this planet that is not where it's inhabitable for humans.
People don't live because you can't live there. You can't do anything, so it's just there.
So
and most of it is covered with snow.
Right. So you can put data centers there.
Well, how would we manage? I guess you just be like stationed out there.
Well,
there's people in the Arctic. There's scientists out there now. They've been out there for a long time. So
sorry.
With the satellites, you don't have to send somebody up there to check on them too, right? So
I don't know. Do you? Or just let them fall down?
Well, 88,000 of them.
We're dealing with the FCC, and under the current regulations, there might not be any restrictions once they're up there, which is SOL, I guess. I don't know.
There is a data center in they have about 90 in Norway, but there is this is not I'm trying to remember. It's an extremely cold city, like in northern Norway. It's an island.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it, but it belongs to Norway.
I'm just liking this.
I don't want to draw the issue out, but I'm just saying, it's something to consider. It's something to think about. And I'm glad somebody's working on a solution.
Yes.
However, does it have to be in the sky?
Well, because it's cold in space too. So
yeah, that's what it has to be, a cold environment. So
And we only have a couple. I mean, we have cold. We have cold on the planet places.
Yeah. Microchips run hot, so they got to be in a. That's one of the other issues. It has to be it has to be cooled.
All right,
So,
so here's a little bit of you're probably talking about Svalbard.
Svalbard, yes.
Okay, specifically the island of Spitsbergen near Longyearbyen. Okay, in northern Norway. That is where the Arctic Archive is located, a long-term data storage facility built deep inside a former coal mine.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. It stores important digital and historical records in Arctic permafrost conditions.
Now, see, here's the thing. Nigeria is one of the, I don't know if they said they're one of the first countries, but they have now sent some artifacts there for storage. And apparently the storage, those types of things, is supposed to last at least 2,000 years.
Wow.
Okay, yes. Yeah, stuff may have changed after 2,000 years, but at least there's a record of it. This is like putting the things in Egypt in the tombs, right?
Yeah.
That's what this is like.
Yeah. As long as it's safe from theft, because they robbed those tombs blind.
Right. The people came along. Yeah. I heard that they did da. Okay, now in order for you to get this out of here, you're going to have to go some, because it's data. It's not artifacts. It's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with it if you steal it?
Sell it.
Oh.
The data?
Yes.
Yeah.
People are thieves. That bottom line.
True. True.
Wow. Okay, well, ladies, I think we can move on from here. I just wanted you to know that you shortly are 88 or more thousand, because there are other companies who've also applied, and some of them have like 2,800 and different numbers. So it might get a little crowded, but you'll be able to create your graphics over there anytime you want on your AI.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I yield the floor.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm up. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I love that conversation. There's a whole thing about AI and the cooling center and the energy, and the technology keeps getting faster. We have to figure it out. So I pray that they figure it out.
They're gonna have to figure it out, because nobody is going back from here.
Yeah, we're not going back. It's like AI it's in everything. It's like we're not even gonna call it AI. It's just gonna be, I want to do X, Y, Z.
It's an expectation. I mean, it's like turning on the light.
Let me a house.
because people gave it the name AI because they didn't know anything else to call it. This is just going to be a part of life now. It is just like we have
electricity. Do you think about it?
Exactly.
No, you just use it.
I don't. I just let there be light.
Hey.
There's a light switch. There's a what? I'm not thinking about
Exactly.
in the water. You only miss water until it's turned on. When you go to your tap or you go to water, you only miss it when it's not
there. Yes.
So,
it is going to be integrated so much so that it's just a part of life. Oh, I don't want to use it. Okay, because I had we were in a conference, and I don't know. I'm afraid of it. And can AI take my voice if I'm on a phone call and it gets recorded? Can it take it and restructure? I was like, why are we asked this question? Can it be used in a court of law? I'm sure it could be.
The answer is yes to all of this.
Yes,
But,
it
but
can
there's
be.
going to be things built in to protect. I feel like your personal IP, because I see it going with celebrities. Like celebrities are getting their likenesses used, and not even celebrities. I saw a thing on Thread today where somebody had posted something and about somebody wrote a book with AI, and they had a conversation because it was a typo. And then the other person that wrote the book got mad. It took her, I'm assuming her, took their threads, screenshot it, and made another product from their conversation and other people online. So I'm like, you can't really do that. Like, you can't sell somebody's tweets. That's people have been trying to do that before, and it's like, no, those are protected. So even regular people are getting their things where I want to protect myself, my image online. So that's gonna get fixed. I don't know how.
Yeah, because there's going to be an uproar,
Yes,
an
yes, an
outcry.
uproar about, because you saw when Sora came out, what happened? Martin Luther King Jr. all over the place, and we were like, no, that's a copyrighted protected image, and you can't use that. You can't make stuff for the Pope and this. So it's going to be worked out. It's just going to take a long time, or I hope it doesn't take a long time. It's going to be worked through the courts. So yeah, that person, don't worry. Just realize that everything you do online is copyrighted per se. Like a blog post, you have a website, you publish a blog post. It has a copyright built in because you published it.
Right.
So but a lot of people don't know that. So it's
Yeah,
nothing. There's other things to worry about before we get to that.
She was literally, I'm afraid. And then so she doesn't use technology too much either. It's like,
Okay,
so
so
there's a whole
explains
thing. I was like, okay.
that explains it. That it's gonna, you're gonna have a robot that looks like me. Nobody's gonna be able to tell that it's not me. Yes, we will.
And that was one of the other questions. How will we be able to tell what's real and what's not? You probably won't.
You'll be able to tell. You can tell the AI stuff. I get a feeling. I'm like, that's AI. And then somebody goes through step by step and looks at the video or the picture. They analyze it. They come up with things, and they say, "See the little thing that?" And I'm like, "There it is." They picked it up, but my eye was like, "That's not real." I don't fine comb, with a like they do, but you see it.
Yes.
So,
yeah, but the sheeple,
see.
the sheeple and those who follow the herd are not going to look that close.
and
They
the
will
reason
not.
why is like, because Dr. Tati said people are thieves, people are criminals. Some people, like, and they see an opportunity, like, this AI, I'm going to scam, and get the
Yes,
money.
so there's a training coming out on how to identify some scams. So I'll report back after
Oh yeah, I'm interested in that.
I am
Okay,
too.
so
Yeah.
it just seems like the topic is AI. I even have an AI story. It's not social media, it's an AI story. Oh, but real quick before I do the social media, speaking of the robots, I saw there was a story of a restaurant. I'm not sure if it's in China or here. I think it might be here, but it was there, Asian people in it, and it's a restaurant where the robots come around and dance.
Damn.
But yeah, I gotta find it. The
I
robots,
saw the one
they
where
have
they come around and
Oh, I
circle.
saw that.
dance. Oh, you saw it? It's entertainment while you're dining entertainment.
Oh wow.
So but see why this is a story is the robot malfunctioned and started throwing food
And started breaking.
No.
yes, and doing stuff like this, and the food went flying. But the server came over, the Asian lady came over. She had an app on her phone, and she was trying to control it with the app to stop it, but it kept. And so 3 more people came. I was like, it needs a kill switch. There should be on a button in the back that you press the button and it stops. They could not. It went like 5 minutes. They couldn't get this thing to. It was dancing and moving it because it's a robot. The programming glitched. But she was holding on to her phone, she was trying to hold the robot, trying to do the phone, trying to do that because it app control. And I was like, it needs a kill switch.
Yeah.
It needs a button.
And that robot looked strong too because it wasn't
that thing was scary. It was about 4 feet, maybe.
Yeah.
It wasn't big. I wish I'll try to find it.
I'm looking for it right now. You know,
I don't know where I saw it. Do you remember where you saw it, Dr. Talkie?
oh,
I just saw it.
that was the, wait a minute. That was the recent viral
crazy.
Hidelio hot pot restaurant incident. Oh, it was in California.
Oh,
Reports
it's California. Okay.
Yeah.
that malfunctioned, kept moving in celebration mode, knocked food, tableware, and utensils while the
You have
staff
a
tried
picture?
to
Is there like
restrain
the
it.
picture of the video?
Shut up.
Real quick.
I-
Can you bring it up?
I'm reading this from there.
Oh,
Let me see if I can. It
Wait a
was
minute.
business.
Because
Okay,
it's
I
video.
see the video. I got it. Hold on.
Okay, let's see it. It just real. It just came to me because we're talking about
Let's see if I can-
AI
there
robot.
it is. Share screen.
The thing was just, and they were a good 5-10 minutes of trying to stop the robot. I'm like, well, it needs a button on the back that you press.
No, not in the bag. We need to throw.
Or-
Okay, you know,
Is
put
that,
some
is that it?
That's it.
Yep.
And
That's it.
going-
I don't remember where I saw it, but
Okay, I didn't turn the sound, bro.
Risks of a robot like that going haywire in a tight.
You got to back that up.
Started.
yeah, let's
Yeah.
see the video.
At
There
this
it
hot
is.
pot restaurant, a humanoid robot's attempt to bust a move, just going bust. Items flying in the air.
She's trying to,
Restaurant workers
one
appearing to
hand,
try to rein in the robot with little luck.
it's actually
fade
She's
out,
trying
it's
to do
funny,
the app and hold
but-
on to the robot, and I'm like, no, walk up to it. It needs a button.
Exactly. It needed more than a button.
And then the
That's
thing
it.
is,
Button in the back where she could just walk up to it and press it because she's trying to stop it and do the app because it's app control. I'm
I
like,
saw her
no.
like a kid. Like a kid,
Yeah,
she gonna
because
call her.
it's the program is going. It's like, okay, it's programmed. It's going. Da, da, da,
She's
da, da.
stronger than her. Yeah.
Okay,
it
you
was
see,
really strong.
Two
okay,
more
so
employees come over and they cannot stop this thing.
okay, wait. That is what. Remember, Tesla came out with the robot, and he said, "One, it cannot outrun you."
Right.
Do you understand? It can, they put some safeguards in there, like it only does certain things. Okay, but if you can't stop the thing,
Right. I was
Do,
like,
do you
listen,
trust Elon Musk?
Anything
listen,
electronic,
it
you
runs
can't
on
stop
power.
it.
I was like, it runs on power, some kind of power.
Mhm.
Kill the power. That's
No,
a
that
button.
thing was fully charged.
and then if you can't kill the power, get a pot of coffee and pour it on there and let it
It's
ride.
electric.
Melt that witch. Okay.
You know they weren't going to do that. That's money that they
That
spent
is
on that.
serious investment. Yeah. Oh my
gosh!
gosh.
The whole time I was like, this is going on too long. It should have been 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Hold the button. Have a button that's like you hold for 5 seconds or something.
Yes.
And just
Oh my
And
goodness.
okay, so apparently that button wasn't on the phone on the app.
Evidently, it
try to
wasn't
stop it
worth-
from because it could hurt somebody. What if there was a little kid or something, or
Mhm.
it could hurt somebody.
And they really were trying to wrestle with that thing, and it wasn't moving.
The cat, it's the robot. It needs a button. Kill the power. The kill switch. And it goes.
Also, when you're trying to, there's this thing, you're trying to do it in a hurry, and app
Yes,
is not
that's
always
it.
the most friendly thing to do because you're
Yeah.
trying to, okay, now which button is it? And you may be flustered. The kill switch is
Or
one
voice-
thing, off.
Yeah, or voice command, something that's
Okay.
supercalifragilistic, some kind of crazy word,
Yeah.
and
Well,
the thing stops.
Well, okay, so in the TV, they just went over, like you said, there was a kill switch in the back of the robot.
You just hit it.
Switch.
Zap, it's done. So yeah, there's too much because it's hitting her. She's trying to avoid herself from being hit. The arms are going. It's doing what it's programmed to do, which is dance.
And
she's
she's
trying
trying
to-
to rein it in with the,
It's gone. This is too long. One button in the back.
And the robot is just as happy. Look at it.
Yeah, and there could be kids in there, or here's
Oh
another
my
employee.
God.
There's 3 employees where this
Well, my
cannot
question is, will they
replicate.
get workers' comp if they get zapped or something?
They're trying not to get hit, and it's up 4. There's another one. I didn't see that other arm. 4 employees.
And the thing is still trying to dance.
I
They
saw
say,
this
hold,
because
hold
that's
it.
what
I'm
it's
trying
so
to get
good
to
to do was
afterward.
dance.
Oh
It's
my
go and
goodness.
look,
Hey,
Its apron says, I'm good. I'm good.
oh, so it was a Chinese restaurant in California. That's why I was thinking it was in China. I said, because we got
Oh
dancing
my God.
robots. We got dancing robots over here now.
He's still going. Do, 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 do,
look
do.
at it.
It's a-
Finally
Finally.
it
Oh
stopped.
my goodness.
My thing is like they couldn't drag it off. Was it that?
Well,
They're
it's
trying
heavy.
to drag it off. Here you go.
Heavy.
He's heavy.
He's heavy. That's why that lady was like, she wasn't trying to get hit.
Exactly. Because that's what I said. Are they going to get workers' comp if they get whacked?
Everybody had a phone out.
Back to the drawing
recording.
board.
If I
Nice.
own that, I would
The
be calling the
restaurant.
company, and you gonna figure out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Apps are nice. Apps are nice, but sometimes you just need a physical button.
But
'Cause
see, the
this-
robot's good. He says, I'm good. Look at his little
The
apron.
robot is doing what the robot is like. Why y'all mad at me? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
I'm
and,
good.
and she trying to drag him off.
Okay. Here we
When
go.
I saw this, after the first couple of seconds, I said, "Where's the button? Where's the power?
Wait,
It's malfunctioning."
the robot is like,
Is it really, or is it that they didn't give it enough space to do its thing?
no, Terry, that robot.
No,
is
it
just trying to-
malfunctioned. Something malfunctioned where it got something
It
about
was
the
just
food
stuck,
in front
huh?
of it, and the food started flying. So, and the
Oh,
knives and the
boy.
things, and it's glasses of water, and
It says the malfunctioning machine's dance moves became increasingly erratic as it lost control of its arms and started smashing dishes with staff struggling to restrain it. Okay. All right,
listen,
I'm
it's a
gonna stop
machine. It's not going. It's something's gonna happen. It's not going to be up 100% of the time. It's not going to function properly.
Well,
because humans design the thing.
I'm
What?
just saying.
this is another thing. Usually, for example, with machinery, if something gets in the way, there's a sensor that will have it stop. So where was the sensor?
Right, because my robot vacuum cleaner, it'll stop on certain stuff. Like, what? You think I'm supposed to go over that? No.
Well, I'm just saying.
They got
Yeah. So
That was an experience. They
we were talking about robots, and that just came to my mind. I saw that because I was
I
like, "There's a
wonder
restaurant
if-
with dancing robots now." So
I wonder if you are attacked by a dancing robot when you are dining. What's the insurance coverage for that?
You get paid because the restaurant is still responsible.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna pass that on to the whoever created the robot.
yeah,
And it could be, a multi person suit.
Wow.
yeah.
Well, can you just get it because you were traumatized because you was there eating? I suffered. I'm pain and suffering from the emotional.
Well, you have to pay for suffering from, a coffee at McDonald's. Remember that?
Exactly.
So,
It was too hot.
Right.
That was
It's too hot.
physical. It actually scalded somebody.
Right.
but
But that was
If I get whacked by the robot, yeah.
Okay, but did the top just come off because they didn't put it on, or did?
yeah, I think it wasn't put on properly, and the person put it between their thighs because they were in the car. So something
crazy.
like that. I don't remember,
shit
but
had
they
no
got a
business
whole
doing.
lot of millions. So
But
Yeah,
why
they did.
was the coffee between your? You never mind.
Exactly.
listen, we're not going. Maybe they through the drive-through, and they should have put it in a cup holder. Maybe this was before cup holder. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was before cars really had
Yeah,
cup holders.
Yes, I think it
But
was. So.
but who's brilliant? McDonald's should not have to pay because you didn't make better choices.
Okay.
Well, they did.
Well, they did because there's some negligence. There is negligence there on the part of McDonald's.
If
There
they
is.
didn't put that cap on, well,
Okay, here it is. The McDonald's coffee case involves 79-year-old Stella Liebeck, who suffered third-degree burns from 180 to 900 Fahrenheit coffee, requiring skin grafts.
Yeah.
The jury awarded her $2.7 million in punitive damages, liable for selling dangerously hot coffee.
Yeah, it was too hot. Right.
It was too hot. It was just too hot.
Too hot.
It was. Why was the coffee?
Warnings.
Why was the coffee the temperature of the sun? That doesn't make any sense.
And that's what she was saying, revealing over 700 fire burn complaints. So they had other complaints.
Imagine if she had tried to drink it.
All right. It did go between her thighs.
Yeah, she put it because she's in the car. So
third-degree burns on 6% of her body, including her inner thighs and genital area, requiring 8 days of hospitalization.
Yeah, she was seriously burned.
Okay, so that it was so hot. Okay, you know how, if I go to Starbucks sometime and I say, can you make it extra hot? It's still not that hot.
Right.
That's what I was saying. McDonald's is negligent on several levels because that coffee was too hot. So
and they did reduce the damages though to $480,000.
Right. So imagine she had put it on the dash or somewhere else and it would have came all over her. That's another.
I think my genital areas are pretty sensitive. That's enough area for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It sounds laughable, but the person was seriously hurt. So
yeah, I think there's an issue there. How do you get it that hot?
And what year was this? This was way back. This has been a while.
So boiling is 212
80 something.
Boiling is 212 degrees, if I remember that correctly. So how hot was that? How much hotter?
1992.
92.
Okay, so here's the thing. Remember when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego went into the fire? How hot you the furnace heat 7 times hotter? How do you?
Well, I'm pretty sure McDonald's makes sure that coffee is a certain temperature at every location from then on to now forever. Like we never go back.
How do you? Go ahead,
Fred. See, I love that you came with the ancient examples of, and you were like, remember when Meshach said,
that was good.
Yes, I do.
It says here she was driven there by her grandson, drove her to McDonald's. She was parked in a car, holding her hot coffee in her lap.
Okay.
When it spilled. Okay.
That coffee was extremely hot.
But now we have cup holders everywhere in the car, and so
but they heated that coffee 7 times.
If it didn't have a a sleeve on it, and it was that hot, she probably dropped it when he handed it to her. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness!
Because the sleeves wasn't a thing back in '92.
No, sleeves were not a thing back then.
I'm like, how hot is, because boiling is hot enough.
You don't want to touch boiling.
No, but it had to be hotter. What was the degree?
And I think
it had to be hotter because
I don't know, but I think senior coffee was like 50 cents or something stupid or free or something.
No, Terry, what was the degree of the degree on the
on the coffee? I think you said 180 or
180 to 190.
Okay.
Boiling is 212.
There you go.
It was just too hot.
There you go. And evidently, they never talked about how much injury she experienced.
Yeah, I never.
I knew she was hurt. I remember that. I knew she was seriously hurt. I remember that part.
But my thing is, what clothes was she wearing? That, I mean, you can spill it on yourself and, of course, get hurt. But it had to be mighty thin.
Yeah. And then if it was made out of plastic or what,
it could have burned her skin. It could have melted.
The cups were not that what do you call it, sturdy.
I'm sure all that came out in the lawsuit. I just remember the McDonald's coffee. It was hot, so they had to pay. And There you go.
Well, I bet you won't be that hot anymore, and you'd be like,
No, that
No.
92. Yeah, no, it ain't that hot no more.
No, I mean, even when you go and get coffee or, tea from other places, you're able to drink it relatively, you with caution because it's not that hot
Right,
anymore.
Okay.
Nobody
right.
wants that
But it's
smoke.
like Fran said, when she goes, and you ask for extra hot, they might ask you to sign a waiver.
well, you don't get extra hot is the
Okay.
problem.
Well,
Okay.
the scientist who testified at the trial said, a scientist testifying for McDonald's argued that any coffee hotter than 130 degrees could produce third-degree burns.
So it was way too hot.
And that was their doctor. However, the doctor testifying on behalf of Ms. Limbick noted that it takes less than 3 seconds to produce a third-degree burn at 190 degrees. 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And remember, she was older,
Yes,
and
79.
and non-melanated. So
Thinner skin,
Yes.
all of the how. So yeah, I mean, I just remember this case. I never went into the details. I just remember it, and people are like, "Well, making jokes and laughing." I'm like,
Yeah.
"But it was hurt." So
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's just
there you go. All right, so we've touched a lot of things. We get to social media.
okay.
There's a few stories. Meta. So let's look at Meta. And I'll start with Instagram. Instagram begins testing clickable links in post captions. So they are testing a feature that allows some Meta verified subscribers. Keyword Meta or phrase, key phrase, Meta verified subscribers to add clickable links directly to captions on their posts. Because now this is a thing that has been from day one with Instagram. How come you can't put a link in the caption? Only a link on the profile, and that it used to be one link. Now I think it's up to 3 or 4.
Okay,
you could do that, but they're testing it in the caption. That means the picture or the reel or whatever, and then the caption part where you write the words. So this is according to a report by Engadget. So Engadget got the end story on this. So Instagram has begun allowing a small number of Meta verified users to include links in their post captions. The option has long been requested by creators who have asked for a simple way to direct followers to external websites from their posts. But see, none of the social media wants you to leave, so they've been resisting it. No more. So a blogger shared screenshots showing a clickable Substack link in the caption of one of her Instagram posts. She said an in-app message indicated that she could add up to 10 links per month using the feature. Now, this is a test. They're testing it out. So this was one person that went through the test. Meta confirmed that it is testing caption links for users who subscribe to Meta Verified. Again, Meta Verified. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So the fact that the test is limited to Meta verified subscribers suggests that the feature may remain restricted to paying users if they decide to go forward with this option in the future. That's why I kept saying Meta verified, because they're not going to get this to everybody. It's going to be, oh, Meta verified. Now remember, what is Meta verified? So this is where you pay for the subscription service by Meta. It gives you a blue verification badge on Instagram and Facebook for individuals and businesses. The cost is $11.99 per month via web, $14.99 a month on iOS and Android. Business plans start at $21.99 a month per account. Now they do have bundles for Facebook and Instagram. So this is where you're paying at least $14, $15 a month, and you get the option
to put a link up.
Yes, they're testing it. So this is going to be for Meta verified subscribers only. And we've talked about why Meta is going this subscription route, because it is another way to get revenue. It is another way. They're not going to get everybody. And I believe that they're not going to ask us to pay for the free app. I don't think that, even though they could say $99 a month or whatever a year, they're not going to do that. But they're going to add on features where, okay, if you're in the subscribed group, where you pay this fee, you get this, 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 and this.
Well, there and which is better than paying $14.95 or whatever it is, and you don't get the link. You're not
Right.
able to paste the
The
link.
sweetening the pot, so to speak. Because right now the verified is, what is it? You get human support, you get exclusive features like special stickers, and they say you get increased visibility in search and recommendations.
Sure.
So they're saying that Meta kind of pushes you out more when you pay for the subscription. They say so.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way to track that.
And I believe we talked something about Meta AI that they were testing, that they're going to put that behind the paywall of the subscription, and then now the captions. So
well, at least they're giving you something now, because before you didn't get anything, you had text is there.
Yeah. So again, if you're a business and you have the budget for this, you're going to pay the $21.99, and it starts at $21.99. I think it goes up to like $140 something a month for businesses. And like Fran said, you get more things. So you might want to be in the verified if they're going to give you this and Meta AI tools and all of these things that they're testing out, and they give them to you and you try them and you're like, oh, I want some of that. Yeah, well, come on over here through this door called Meta Verified and you can have all of it. And there's a fee. We can't, this is what Meta's doing. We either I'm fine with the free. I'm good with it, but some are not. So they are doing this. Remember that Instagram already allows users to include links in stories through a link sticker, and that option is available to all users. So Instagram is doing a lot of things, or Meta is doing a lot of things where they are taking features back. Like you used to be able to go live, but now you have to have a certain amount of followers, and they're pulling things back to where you get the basic car, but if you want heated seats, if you want this and that on your car, well, let's come on over here. Pay this, the paid door. You're gonna pay for that. So, but some people go, I don't want heated seats. I live in Florida. What do I need heated seat for? It's already like 90. But if you live in Massachusetts or Boston, so you might want those heated, whatever, heated steering wheel, the heated whatever it is, because there you go. Okay, so I don't blame Instagram. It's a business. It's not a charity. They're gonna do things for themselves.
And Gwen is with us.
Hey, good day. Welcome. All right, so that's Instagram. Let's see what Facebook is doing. Facebook is launching a new monetization program to attract popular creators from TikTok and YouTube. Let's see what Facebook is doing. So Facebook is offering TikTok and YouTube creators up to $3,000 per month to post videos on the platform. So they have something they're calling the Creator Fast Track Program. It's aimed at encouraging influencers from platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube to post video content over on Facebook. Come on over to Facebook. You're on TikTok, but come on over here. So they are under this Creator Fast Track Program. Influencers with at least 100,000 followers on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube can receive $1,000 per month. Those with more than 1 million followers are eligible for $3,000 per month. Applicants must verify their follower accounts on these platforms to qualify. Now, to remain eligible, that's just to get in the door. To remain eligible, users are required to post at least 15 short-form videos or reels on Facebook within a 30-day period. These must be shared across at least 10 different days. So the content doesn't have to be exclusive to Facebook, but it must be original to the creator and can include AI-generated material. So you can use AI generated videos.
So Gwen says, do you believe this new program will attract any creatives, or specifically younger creatives?
Oh, most definitely.
Right. Who would not jump at the chance for 1,000 or 3,000? And I know some people who have that follower count,
Mm-hmm.
and it would work because, okay, they have that follower count.
Right, because see, the content that has to be exclusive to Facebook. So if I'm a TikTok creator, and however I make my TikTok videos, I could do that and just go over
Repurpose.
to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Just
remember,
repurpose. Yeah,
what does Facebook have they have a youth problem.
they
Mhm.
do.
Where's the youth? TikTok
And YouTube.
and YouTube Shorts and Instagram, making those reels. So hey, come on over. And then they say, hey, it doesn't have to be exclusive content. You can reuse what you've done over there. Just come on over. We
Mm.
need the warm bodies.
Mm-hmm.
We need the youthful warm bodies, not just warm bodies. We want the 20, 22, 25, 30, come on over. All right, so there's a little bit more. Let's see. So Meta says the program is designed for established creators who are new to or rediscovering Facebook. It's currently only available to creators based in the United States and Canada. Payments are capped at a maximum of 3 months. So 3 months. This is not going to be a long-term thing.
Wow.
But 3 months, I could get a little extra cash. I'm
Mhm.
young.
And they're hoping that their followers are going to come
Right.
over
Exactly.
Facebook.
Yeah. So it's again this issue of come on over for free, try it out, see how the neighborhood works. You might want to stay. So it's Meta has money. It's not like they're just going to do it for 3 months. We can do that. It's not like Snapchat when they were doing their thing and paying $1 million a day, and they were like, "Whoa, wait a minute, we're spending too much." So they pulled back. All right, so this is the Creator Fast Track program for Facebook. So also they said while the bonus only lasts 3 months, Facebook will continue to boost their reach until the point where the company believes the creator has found their audience on Facebook. Again, see, they come over and they might like the neighborhood.
Well, Gwen
Yeah.
says I'm not a huge Facebook user. I'm there every other week to check on the grandbabies.
Right. And see, Meta is such a big corporation that it's like they want you to come over.
Mhm.
If you come over, you might it's sticky. You might stick.
Mhm.
You might not. That doesn't really matter to them because they got enough revenue. They're big enough to go, we might get you and you're gonna see an ad.
Mhm.
Gonna see an ad. That's where Facebook makes Meta makes all of its money. Most of its money, ads. Yes, they're trying the subscription. Yes, they're giving out this money. Ads, ads, ads. And ads, they need eyeballs to go to the
Mhm.
advertiser and say, this is how many people you can be exposed to. You can expose your business to that if you run ads with us. See? That's what it's
Mhm.
all about. That's the game. Um yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. They had a little part about the number of creators earning more than 10,000 annual on Facebook has grown by 30% year over year. 60% of Facebook's total payout to creators last year with the reels, while the rest went to stories, photos, and text posts. So just a little bit about how much they're paying these creators. Now, one more from Facebook. Facebook is making it easier for creators to report impersonators.
Mhm.
Facebook is testing enhancements to its content protection tools. So these tools allow creators to take actions when their reels are detected across Facebook platform after being published by impersonators. There's a central dashboard so creators can flag the content as, okay, this is my content and it's being used in a way that I don't like. So you can flag it and Facebook will take action. So Meta is making the reporting process even easier by allowing creators to submit reports all in one place. So the update is about it being in one place and being easier to market as, okay, this is my content and I don't want this person using it.
Mhm.
Now, the tool is not focused on matching duplicate content. It is focused on matching duplicate content, but it's not focused on detecting unauthorized use of a likeness, which is the thing we were talking about.
Mhm.
using your likeness and your face and your IP and everything online. So it's not there yet. This is just about duplicate content. And also, a part of these changes, Meta says, is updating Facebook content guidelines to better define what it means by original. This includes content that's filmed or produced directly by a creator, and reels that remix other content or use overlays to present something new. So content that involves minor edits to a creator's work or is duplicative of that will be deemed unoriginal and deprioritized. That means things like re-uploads or other low-value changes, like adding borders or captions, won't be enough to differentiate the unoriginal content from its source. So basically, you can't take somebody's content and make a little change and make a little border or put a little caption on top and say, "Oh, this is my work." So they're like, no, you can't do minor edits to somebody else's work. You can take it and have a commentary of your own over it, or a screen. People take a screenshot of a website and then they talk about it. They have their face and it's their comment. Their commentary is the original part of it, even though they're talking about a website from CNN or whoever it is, a story website. The commentary, the part of the video that AI listens to, the person talking, is original. That's what they're saying. That's the difference. So you just can't take somebody's and upload it and put a little color filter over it and add captions. No, you can't do that. But you can talk about it, which is what a lot of people on YouTube do. With gossip stories, blog stories, all kinds of things. They will take a screen caption of something, or they try to get, Creative Commons pictures of the celebrities. The smart ones do. The dumb ones just take people's stuff and just talk about it, blah, 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 blah. But the commentary that they're giving is theirs. They're not reading a story. So that's the difference. Okay, I have, do I have one more? Let me see. Oh, Facebook, Instagram. Oh, I do have one more. It's not social media. Let me pull it up. It's more AI. I thought it was interesting. We'll just talk about it real quick, and I'm going to show it to you. Let me bring it up. Let's see what everybody thinks. All right. People are wearing cameras while cleaning to teach AI.
Say what?
People are wearing cameras while cleaning in their homes. This is to teach AI. People in Los Angeles are wearing cameras at home to record daily tasks, generating data to help train AI systems. Now, this is according to a report in the LA Times. Residents are making extra income by wearing head and wrist-mounted cameras as they perform chores such as making coffee, washing dishes, watering plants, or cleaning the kitchen. The camera recorders provide detailed footage for AI and robotic companies seeking to develop physical AI systems that can replicate human action. So they're getting paid to clean their house while they're wearing a camera, because these companies need to record that information, possibly to have the robots to do it. So people are saying that they love this because they're getting, like, someone said they got $80 for 2 hours of footage. I need to do my chores anyway. Now I get a chance to get paid to do it. One couple said they have earned $1,200 from recording their chores. And this is AI. So there's a purpose behind it. So people are like, well, I'm already washing my dishes. Let me wear a wrist camera, or let me record it and give it to this company so they can, give it to AI to train for video.
So this is pretty much the same thing as when you let on the other side, when you type data or whatever, you're letting
when you
AI
when you use ChatGPT and you give it a text command, you're training every time you use AI, you're training AI. That's the purpose of this. Every time you use it.
And this is a visual training so that
a video training, yes.
The robot can swear the pan.
Whatever they're going to do with it, it's going to be human-like motions, because they use the AI to train on human-like motions by having a human do something. So
hopefully these people know how to clean.
doing the laundry,
Exactly.
all of the things. So
You know what I'm saying? Because how do you know the pan is clean? There's certain indicators that the pan is clean. You don't just stick it under the water and then put a little soap.
right.
Okay,
Well, we'll get to that, but first they need the AI to train the video to,
Mm.
because there's a lot of video AI now where you know sleeves are disappearing, hands are pockets are automatically coming to a hand, and people are going, well, that's AI because a pocket doesn't come to your hand goes in a pocket. See, it's been trained by text. Now it's being trained by actual humans doing things like putting your hand in your pocket.
So it's like teaching a child,
Yes.
here's how you wash a dish.
Yeah.
Modeling. Yeah, modeling the action.
Yes.
Mhm.
Instead of verbally telling the action,
Yes. This
showing
is
the
a
action.
better visual is a better representation to the program, to the AI, to match the actions that you're asking it to do instead of doing a text prompt.
Mhm.
Video is better than the text. So here we go.
Wow.
But people are getting paid for it and they're like, well, I'm cleaning my house anyway. So let me get $80. Let me get $100. Let me get, especially when you want, our gas prices are up.
So Gwen said, would I purchase a robot like Rosie from the Jetsons? Yes, but that's not a huge need.
Right. It's not a huge need now. When we go forward with this, we thank you for saying that. We will have robots like Rosie and Jetsons and pushing, because remember, we used to cook up on the stove without a microwave. Now, does anybody want to do it out of a microwave or an instant pot or air fryer? I have all those things. I do not want to do without them.
Okay. Running in the back of my mind. Go ahead, Dr. Todd.
A point of correction. G likes to be called G or Gwendolyn, not Gwen.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to put
Thank
that
you.
out there. Yeah. So
Gwendolyn,
Gwendolyn is fine, or G.
G. Okay, G.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
G.
you for that correction.
Yeah.
So yeah, so iRobot. Is the robot gonna be making my pies?
We're not there yet, but
It's coming.
Maybe the dancing robot can make pies for you.
remember, there was a time where we did not get groceries delivered to the home, and now
Yeah, exactly. Now you're hard pressed to find me inside
Now-
anybody's market unless I have to be there.
and speaking of that, I think Amazon announced this week that they're doing the 1 hour or the 3 hour delivery everywhere. Where they were doing this in New York, we were getting that already. So, but they're pushing out the 1 hour delivery, or I think it's 3 hour delivery, 1 to 3 hours.
In New York, that's
Mhm.
3 hours.
Yeah, so I've ordered stuff and it's come like right away. So I'm like, to me, that makes me happy. But if you're someplace where you're like, you have a car and you drive and this and that, you might think that's crazy, but it depends on where you are. And I remember having this argument with people before the pandemic about delivery, specifically Amazon Fresh, and they were like, "This is the dumbest idea," and I was like, "No, it's not."
Because I do Instacart. I don't do Amazon Fresh, but I will not. Look, I was like, do I have to go in there and go down the aisles? No, let me order it.
Right. And it comes to you. See, the thing is, it comes to you. You might be too busy doing something. You're taking care of an elderly person, or you're taking care of a baby, or you're taking care of somebody.
Exactly.
Run out, or you need medicine and the child is sick. You can't run out with the child. So it comes to you and they put it on your door. You don't even have to talk to the person. It's just right there. And they send you a picture. Here's your package.
She has a couple of comments. She said, I still get my own groceries, but I get folks looking for convenience.
Right. I get stuff too, but it's like, if I want, again, it's like, what position are you in? Like, do I need to cook something and I'm missing something and I can't run out because I'm cooking, so I get it to come to me? Or there's different ways to do it. Oh, she's got another. Thank you, G, for all the comments.
And then she said, and I'll add that I don't even like let my husband wash the dishes. I don't like the way he does them. So
I think he does it purposely so that you can do
I
that.
was just about to say that because I remember when I was a kid, my mom was like, "I don't need a dishwasher. I got you." And I'm like, washing like you, friend, you were saying about how it's a certain clean. I was not cleaning these things properly, and I was told to redo them to my liking. Like, okay, so I learned like, hey, let me make sure because I'm not doing this again. I'm a kid. I'm not doing this again.
and she didn't say, well, I'll just do it. She's like, no,
Oh no.
you go back there and do it again.
No. But I'm a kid. I'm like, reluctantly, I don't want to do it. So I'm not going to do a good job. I'm just going to like, well, look clean to me.
Well, I could see where this would be something that could be used as the population is aging, so dramatically, numbers wise, to allow people to stay in their homes, to allow them to, you know what I'm saying? And they probably will give them a discount because it's cheaper than sending in an aid to help them.
Okay, so like in iRobot, Will Smith's character, his grandmother, she had one in the house making pies and washing dishes, and it was the companion as well.
You see,
right?
And I think that might happen. Anyway.
Well, right now they're only $20,000. So I'm sure as they multiply this down,
peanuts.
They'll be like, what are we paying for autonomous lawnmowers? You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what you need.
And see, there'll be issues and things where you won't want to individually get into a car and use up gas and go get an item when say there's a delivery service, or not even cars. There's places where they have the little delivery
the cart.
The cart, it looks like a little robot with a because somebody had pizzas delivered that way. Like they had filmed the street. The little thing was coming with a light, and it stopped in front of the house, and the little thing opened up, or they opened it, and the pizza was in there, and they closed it, and the pizza and the little robot thing went on by its way, and that's electric. So because of the things that are happening in our world with gas prices, there might be an issue where I might want to have things delivered by an electric vehicle versus me getting, because I gotta go get some gas that might not be available or is sky high, which adds to the cost of your food. It's already going to do that when it goes to the grocery store. So,
and then the Uber drivers or the Uber Eats or DoorDash or whoever it is, that's going to be a cost that's going to be passed on. They're going to have to pass that on to whoever's getting the food delivered.
Right. So that's what I mean. The issue of transportation is going to be a factor. Like, remember when COVID was a factor, when people were like, well, I can't go out because whatever. If this gas issue might be that kind of thing where there's going to be more work from home, there's going to be more things brought to you, electric vehicles, all of that. So it's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
And that's just social media news and update for the week.
Yay.
I thought I'd throw that little story in at the end, like, okay.
Yeah, that was good.
Yes.
Alrighty, Daddy, what's happening in media?
Before we get to that, I wanted to revisit something. Terry, you were talking about the Meta and their creator program, correct?
Yeah.
How long is that for?
They're saying it's for 3 months. Then it's not going to be forever.
Impossible, yeah. Because that seems pretty, well, not hugely high, not for them, but the $1,000 a month, at between $1,000 and $3,000 a month.
Yeah, they're not going to do it forever. They're not going to do like Snapchat. Yeah, so it's capped. So Available only to creators based in the United States and Canada. Payments are capped at a maximum of 3 months. So after 3 months, that's it.
Okay. Okay. Huh. Wow. Okay. Well, that's what I wanted to know. And I'm wondering if so after 3 months, are they going to be able to maintain because their audiences are not on Meta to begin with.
Well, see,
So
that's
Exactly.
the thing. Meta is banking on, okay, the 3 months of you might like it over on Facebook, or you might be there for 3 months, and we get the ad revenue increase from that. So they're not looking at this for long term. You might stay and you might not. It's a gamble.
yeah,
Facebook,
yeah.
Facebook is taking a gamble, and they're like, we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be 3 months. We're gonna see what we get, and they might say, hey, it's back. They might say in another 3 months, hey, we're running cycle 2. Like, remember America's Next Top Model, cycle
Yeah,
1,
yeah.
cycle 2? They might do that. But it's
Okay.
not going to be, and this is what I think I remember I said a long time ago about creators and banking on these platforms being your income. Like the Snapchat, remember the Snapchat, I think it was Spotlight, the 1 million, and that was back when all of them were doing their little you get paid to make videos, and I was like, that's not sustainable, because they're not going, that's not a sustainable income for the long term, because they're not going to keep it up. And all of the programs got rid of it. I think TikTok and Snapchat, and they all got rid of it because it was too cost prohibitive, or it was too much cost
Okay.
for companies.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
not, I always feel like if you're making content, yes, you can make money, but they were making pennies on the video views, whereas use your time with your content, especially with video, to build up the audience and have a system of, I'm selling something.
Mm-hmm.
Access to you, time, your knowledge, a digital I don't care what it is, but you're offering something. You're not just there to get in the YouTube program.
Mm.
A lot of YouTube creators feel like, well, once I get into the YouTube partnership program, I'm set. I'm like,
Yes.
well, you
Yeah,
can
not really.
they can change that anytime they want.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to find out about that. Okay, thank you for
Mhm.
the rehash of that.
I would
So,
I would take advantage of it for the 3 months and go, okay, I get to build up my audience, I get to make content, I get to stretch my, and then after 3 months it's done, but I'm not going to count that as guaranteed income, which a lot of people do. And I'm like, the rug could be pulled out anytime, because Meta makes the rules.
Mm.
YouTube
yeah,
makes the rules.
right.
They make the rules.
Well,
That's it.
speaking of
I would
Meta,
say I would say take advantage of the 3 months.
yeah. So speaking of Meta, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you talked about this because I had to step away for a moment, which is why I missed you talking about that. But did you talk about
Okay.
the fact that they were shutting down Horizon Worlds?
No.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, at one point the metaverse was the end all and be all. I still
Mm.
believe in the metaverse. I think we're still too early for it to be mass
Way
adopted.
too early. Mm-hmm.
Yes, but they are shutting down VR social platform Horizon Worlds as they further pivot away from the metaverse. So
Mm.
June 15th is the date that is set for it to be shut down. And it was designed for the Quest VR headsets,
Mm-hmm.
but it will still be available on a mobile app, right?
Okay.
For now. So this is actually they were really now this is a stupid thing, and they can't tell me this is not the case. They named themselves Meta, and I'm standing by this because they really thought that the metaverse was going to be their entire
Mm-hmm.
business
Oh, wow.
platform. So they
They
said,
did.
"Well, we're going to call ourselves Meta." Now we know Meta has another meaning, but I think it's because of the metaverse.
I do too. I agree with you.
And this is why I say don't name your show the cooking show on Meerkat because then Meerkat goes away.
Meerkat.
Or
No, I'm
Perry
sorry, you making me
cooking.
laugh about Meerkat, because I'm like, yeah, there was a Meerkat.
There were people that made all sorts of swag. They had wallpaper. All I was like, yeah, and Periscope too. They're like, oh, we're the Perry Kings, we're the Perry Queens, we're the
Perry
okay,
girl.
exactly. Now it's gone. Now what? So Meta did that. Say they periscoped their name. That's exactly what they did, and now they're pivoting away from it, and but they're still Meta. So yeah, they just in case anybody did not know, they are shutting down Horizon Worlds, and they said this though. It will be alone on a standalone app after June 15th, but they're shutting it down for the headset. It says we are separating the two platforms so each can grow with greater focus, and the Horizon Worlds platform will become a mobile only experience. How much do you want to bet that it will shut down completely 6 months after?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to go ahead.
They're so impatient with these things.
They're very impatient.
Well, okay, just because I just had a thought, because just like Google will do things and not fulfill them, or they will drop them. Meta does the same. It's because they have a lot of money to play with. They have a lot of revenue gains, and they have money. So a corporation can't let money sit around in the bank. Really? So it doesn't. So they use it on things. So it may work out, it may not. They drop it, they move on, because they're big enough like that. Google Alphabet is big enough to do that, and that's why they do it. But it's because they have enough money, and they don't. They get penalized if the money just sits around, instead of okay, let's keep our employees, or pay all the things that we need to say. They're not doing that. They're going, how can we spend this money? And
yeah,
let's do this dumb thing.
So according to MSNBC,
I know, because I've sat and I've heard them and sat in the meetings and seen it from my eyes. I know that's how they think. So.
Yeah. So according to MSNBC, they did change their name from Facebook because they were cementing their pivot to the metaverse, and that was in 2021. So this is what Zuckerberg said at the time. Our hope is that within the next decade, the metaverse will reach 1 billion people, host hundreds of billions of dollars of digital commerce, and support jobs for millions of creators and developers. That's when they announced the change. Okay. And to me, that was a big risk. Not that you're putting money into that, but that you've changed your name to align with something that doesn't even have proof of concept quite yet. Okay.
And that tells you how much money they had back then. They still have money today, but that just tells you how much money they had to play with. That's all that is. That's all that is. So they did it, and now they're like, okay.
Yeah.
Things are so great now.
So apparently it's been costly for them. Their Reality Labs unit posted billions in losses each quarter after launch, and in the fourth quarter, earnings posted in January, the unit reported an operating loss of $6.02 billion. And so now, obviously, they've shifted their scatterbrained sites on AI, and now they're putting that as a big thing. So now, it's Meta AI. To me, it's like they're constantly chasing something else, and that doesn't mean don't be open to new things you can add for revenue. Yes, but it's like they're chasing the next big thing all the time. This was a brazen move. We're going to change our whole name because this is what we're going to do. Okay, if you say so.
Well, I kind of feel like, I understand why they changed it, but now they're Meta. It's kind of like stuck. So just ride the boat, Meta. You're stuck with it.
Yeah. I mean, I personally would not have changed my name to that.
Right. But they did it. But so now, was it 10 years later?
No, they changed in 2021.
Okay. So stick with it.
Yeah, they don't have a choice.
This your car.
Go through that again.
This your RV. Ride it.
Exactly. So off of Meta, let's talk a little bit about what's happening in the merger world. There's more mergers.
Oh boy.
Don't know if you heard about Nexstar and Tegna. I think I may have talked about this before, but Nexstar and Tegna are two very large station groups. And station groups are media companies that own a whole bunch of local television stations, news stations. And so those are the two biggest, Nexstar and Tegna. So I talked about this before that they wanted to do the merger, and apparently it has been green lighted or green lit. The FCC approved the deal less than a day after 8 state attorneys sued to block it. So what this combined entity will be, provided everything, I mean, it's been greenlit, but we'll see. But this would be the nation's largest operator of local TV stations. So there is a law that bars a single company from owning TV stations that reach more than 39% of households. He gave an exception and skirted this law, the FCC chair, Brendan Carr. And so the combined entity of Nexstar and Tegna would cover at least 60% of US households. That's like almost double.
Wow.
And so why does this matter? Why is this a big thing? Because let's look at it. It's almost the same argument with the purchase of Warner Brothers Discovery by Paramount. You're cutting down on consumer choice.
Yep.
You also are changing the way journalism is reported.
Exactly.
Because if 60%, and the initial estimates were 80%, so it could be higher than the 60%. So if we're talking about between 60 and 80% of local new television news stations are owned by one company, you don't think they're going to dictate the way they want and prefer news to be reported? We already have that problem, and this is what the argument is with the Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery merger, or acquisition, I should say, because CBS News is under them. They've already gone major changes to become more conservative in terms of their reporting. CNN is under them too. And so this was the thing. They also wanted CNN. So this is a big thing because news reporting, this is part of the First Amendment. This is part of how we get information about what's going on, and it's supposed to be truthful information. But if that truthful information is beholden to a certain political persuasion or a certain way that a company wants it to be reported, that's problematic for the public. So that's why it's such a big deal that they would own such a large share of the news viewing audience. So that is what's happening there. And we'll see. Again, 8 states have sued to stop this from happening. And here we go. Ana Gomez is the only Democrat on the FCC, and she blasted the agency's decision to sign off on this deal. She criticized it as what she characterizes as a lack of transparency around the approval process. She says, quote, "The FCC has once again chosen bureaucratic cover over public accountability. This merger was approved behind closed doors with no open process, no full commission vote, and no transparency for the consumers and communities who will bear the consequences." Are we surprised? Though this is the way it's worked with lots of different things when it comes to the current administration. And again, the FCC chair is friendly to the current administration. Generally, things like this should be apolitical so that it can be fair. But really, there's a rule in place. You can't have more than 32%. They skirted that rule for no good reason. So we'll see what happens with these lawsuits.
Yep.
Yeah.
We will see.
We shall see. Let's move on a little bit to a teen filmmaker and a chess documentary. And finally, it's premiering. Now, what we didn't know, well, let me talk a little bit about this. In 2020, Bianca Mitchell Avila was developing, or she started developing, her documentary called Mad Woman's Game. And it's about chess, basically women in chess and women interested in chess. And that actually sparked discussion, and she got interested in it after Netflix released The Queen's Gambit. Have you all seen The Queen's Gambit?
Yes.
Yes, I really enjoyed it. Kevin and I actually reviewed that for when we were doing TV channeling. And so that's one thing that got her interested in that. And it sparked a renewed interest in chess in general. So the attention to it, though, came when there were lots of dismissive online comments about women playing chess. So that's when Mitchell Avila chose to respond by telling her own story, and she focused on gender bias and representation within chess culture. Now, she really didn't have any ins into Hollywood. She didn't have connections, but she was talking about this, and the story got to Keanu Reeves. And Keanu Reeves took an interest in it and has become an executive producer for the documentary, and has offered guidance to her through development of this documentary. And this has been 5 years he's been doing this, which is cool. So he remains very actively engaged throughout the process, and he provides advice, resources, and encouragement. So I think that's really interesting, because nobody knew. It's just like now coming out that he's involved in this. And it is going to premiere at the Miami Film Festival in April of this year, after 5 years of development. So congrats to her.
Yeah.
And I may try to go and see that at the Miami Film Festival. So congrats. Now, this is something interesting. Out of that, did you all know that Starbucks had a studio?
What kind of studio?
Production, film production.
Really?
I found out because of this story.
What are they doing in there?
So they fund different storytelling, different creators and storytelling. I had no clue. So this actually, here's the thing, this came out 2 years ago in 2024. I had not heard that. It's only because of this story, and the film is being supported. One of the sponsors is Starbucks Studios. I said, is this the same Starbucks? And it is. So apparently they say that they've been a long time supporter of the arts, and this came out in 2024, and that they also believe in the power of storytelling to foster human connection and joy. And so they announced in June of 2024 the creation of Starbucks Studios, and they will produce original entertainment and tell stories that deepen connections and spark conversation. So of course they mentioned this one that was coming out in 2025. And it's together with some other producers, Sugar 23 and Ultra Boom Media. So it's not just them. So again, they're helping to produce Mad Woman's Game. So I just wanted to mention that because I had no clue that they had studios.
Wow.
I have no idea.
Nor did I. All right, let's move on a little bit and talk about Val Kilmer. Now, Val Kilmer passed away, but his image still remains. So he's returning to the screen a year after his passing, not in the way that audiences would expect, even recently. So he's going to appear in As Deep as the Grave, which is an independent film that uses generative AI to recreate his performance. Excuse me. So this is one of the more ambitious attempts to bring a performer back through tech, and it's already drawing attention for the creative scope of this and also the wider implications of this. So, but this is several years old. It goes back several years because the director, Court Voorhees, had already cast Kilmer as Father Fenton, a Catholic priest with ties to Native American spirituality. So this was like in 2020. And then he passed away in 2025 because he had health struggles with throat cancer. So he never made it to set. But instead of abandoning the role, the team followed through on the original plan by rebuilding his presence using AI trained on archival footage and recordings. So I wanted to know what you all thought about this whole concept of recreating people using AI, though they have passed.
I'm not a fan of it, but I understand why they did it in this instance, because it was something that was supposed to be done while he was alive, already contracted and everything. It doesn't make it right, but it's like, hey, how do we finish this film? So let's try it and see what people think about it. So it's definitely a test, litmus test.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
I
I
don't
should
think,
go ahead, sorry.
I don't think this is, because there's the fear that, okay, we're going to have all these AI actors running around. I don't think that's going to be the case. There might be like background people AI, because they've already done it. Lots of movies, if you look at the background, there's a lot of AI stuff in the back, but it's still the real actors. So there's a fear of this being all AI movie. I don't see that happening, but I kind of understand why they did it in this instance. It's not a good feeling, because it's like, he passed on and let him rest. But I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, that's why I wanted to know what you felt. Now, it should be noted that this is done with the full approval of his estate.
Okay, so there you go. That's as long as they got the approval of the state. It doesn't feel good, but it's like we have a movie that we couldn't finish because of its illness, and is there this technology that allows us to do it? Let's try it. Let's see what the reaction is going to be. Let's see the finished product, and if it's good enough, we might, hey, I don't see, okay, like the thing with Martin Luther King Jr., like, don't bring him back and let's make a movie about him being with the alien, fighting the alien, stupid stuff. Let that image rest where it rests. So
Yeah.
as long as people don't try to revive things from the grave, I kind of, this is not a good feeling, but I kind of understand where the filmmakers are. The production is the producers, they're in like a no man's land. So let's see. And they were willing to take the risk. Let's see what happens.
Yes, I just wonder how it is for the audience watching someone that they knew, and obviously Val Kilmer had been in Top Gun and other movies. I wonder how it feels for an audience
Beloved
member.
actor. Yeah. But see, here's the thing. A lot of people don't pay attention to AI stuff like this. I heard about the story, but a lot of people won't know a thing, and they'll come into this movie. That's why I said let's see it play out, and let's see how the audience reacts. Also, the part about the family approving, as long as they got the approval, it's not like a great feeling. It's not like they wanted to do this, but it's like, okay, we got this film, and we need to finish it. Unfortunately, Val Kilmer didn't make it, so let's try to see how we can make this work.
Right.
And we want to see, when we produce the final film and we put it in the theater, let's see how many people go, hey, that's AI Val Kilmer, or people go, wow, that was a good performance. That's gonna be the key.
It could be. We'll just have to see when
Yeah,
this
we'll
is
see.
released.
Let's see. Let's see what the fallout is. I'm willing to see what the fallout is. So, and I guess they are too. So,
Yeah, because they've already put money into this
yeah,
before.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so the final story is about Tubi. They've got a deal with TikTok.
Yeah, I
And
saw that.
yeah, yeah, right. So Tubi has inked a creator development deal with TikTok. TikTok is owned by Fox. For those of you who don't know,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And many people don't know. So
they don't.
Tubi, if you don't know, is a free ad-supported streaming platform, also known as a FAST, F-A-S-T, and they're doubling down on creator-led content. And this partnership with TikTok is the latest deal. It will give selected creators on the platform a pathway to developing their own shows for Tubi. So here's how it works. TikTok will work with Tubi to identify creators, and an initial cohort will be invited to the incubator program this summer. The shows
Okay.
will be both scripted and unscripted, and they'll debut exclusively on Tubi, with TikTok leveraging its Spotlight program to drive users to the platform. So it will give participating creators, I guess, a chance to hone their skills in longer form content, because lots of creators are eager to do that. Many social media creators are doing short form content. I mean, unless you're a YouTuber, and then you may be used to doing long form. But this will give them a chance to do that. So this is what the GM of creator programs at Tubi says. Tubi is doubling down on giving creators a real bridge from digital platforms to premium long-form storytelling. TikTok has become one of the most powerful engines for discovering creative voices and building passionate communities at scale. This partnership allows us to work with successful TikTok creators who are ready to take the next step creatively, expanding their fandoms to new audiences on Tubi and bringing Tubi fans more stories they can't find anywhere else. So this is going to be very interesting in terms of who they select, who gets to tell their stories. I'm going to watch and wait and see who's accepted to the first cohort.
Yeah. Let's see.
It will be interesting. Yeah. So that's the news I have for you, or that's all the news I'm going to present today.
Yeah, because there's lots of news. Like there's lots of social media news, there's lots of media stuff, and it's like we cannot cover it all. People will be here all day. Besides the AI.
We want to respect time.
Yeah, we want to respect the time. So we're gonna respect the time today. We're gonna call it a week. On Tech Life Weekly. Let me find the banner. So thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you, Dr. Tachi. Fran was here. Terralina was here. I'm here. We're all here every week. So, join the Biz Chicks and let me find the Biz Chicks. BizChicks.net. And to join Biz Chicks, all you had to do is text Biz to 33777, and you're going to be on the list. You're not going to get a lot of spam, a lot of messages, but you will get good stuff. You'll get good stuff. So join the list. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a good week, and I'm going to have Dr. Tachi give us the final goodbye.
Yes. Well, as my colleague TJ said, thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget that you can watch Biz Chicks, the good programming Biz Chicks has Monday through Friday, beginning with Monday. And I always forget what Mondays are called.
Here we go. Coffee
Talks on Monday. Tuesday is Marketing Talks with Terry. Wednesday, we have Profits and Daily with Coach Karen Fern. Thursdays, we have Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shimizu. Yeah, that's hard to say. And then Tech Life Weekly with us on Friday. So Monday through Friday, you can get your Biz Chicks fix. Make sure, did we put up the text number?
Yeah, 33777. Let's make sure we got that.
There we go. All right. So if you're interested in more, go ahead and text Biz to 333-777. It's free. Yeah. And with that, we're going to let you all go. Have a fantastic weekend. Don't forget to go to the front of your own line and, take some time this weekend to experience life, because if you're always posting about it, you can't experience it. Have a great weekend, all.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.